You are allowed to be rich. And as a matter of fact, it's honorable and noble and desirable to be rich outside of just having more things. You see, when we desire to be rich and when we want to be rich, it comes down to being able to provide and influence our world in a way that just isn't feasible or possible if you have just enough. You see, all power, all money, all wealth is created from service to one another. You see, there were only two original ways to generate wealth. Number one is agriculture, and number two is development. Well, most of us don't have a farm to be able to produce food and grow livestock and sell it to people. So many of us are going to have to become wealthy, become rich, become powerful through development. And so what does this mean? When we are able to develop and create services or products that can enhance or solve a problem in someone else's life, we're on the right path. See, wanting to be rich will force you to grow because you can't get rich being a bum, right? You can't just get rich, doing the same thing every single day, just going to work and hoping for a big break. In order to get rich, you have to grow. You have to read. You have to write. You have to stretch and think about problems that other people are having so that you can figure out how to solve them. You will find more fulfillment in your life by wanting to get rich than you ever will just, oh, I want to be comfortable. Oh, I want to have enough to get by. Oh, I just want to cover the bills. You see, there's nothing humble. There's nothing honorable. There's nothing outstanding about having just enough or a little more than enough, because it means that we're doing just enough. We're not seeking to actually change people's lives. We're not seeking to make an impact in the world. You see, those of us who desire to be rich, who want to be rich, understand that, yeah, well, we have the things that we want, of course, but that's not what it's about. We'll be able to change the world, and on a macro level, but also on a micro level. Being able to have the resources when your family is in need, right? You're not just the people in your household, but parents, uncles, aunts, cousins. Being able to provide for them in their time of need is noble. It's honorable to be able to have the resources and to be able to provide for the poor, for those who have not. Can you do that when you have just enough? Can you do that when you're comfortable? Probably not to the extent that you'd like to. Wanting to be rich is a good thing. It's been drilled into our heads that, wanting to be rich is greedy. The idea that greed and wanting to be rich are the same thing, it couldn't be further from the truth. Greed is the desire to store up for yourself and only for yourself. Wanting to be rich is not being greedy. Because there are plenty of poor people who are greedy, right? I'm sure you've met quite a few of them. And what you'll find is that poor people are often more greedy than the rich. Now, don't let the government tell it, because the government will tell you that, business, big business, corporate greed. And yet they spend trillions of dollars. And what does it amount to? I digress. There's nothing noble in having just enough. There's nothing noble in being poor. There's nothing noble in saying like, oh, I don't care about money. Oh, no, money's not a big deal to me. That's not being humble. Like, what do you mean? If you're telling me if you had more money, you wouldn't be able to make an impact in your family? You're telling me that having more resources isn't important for you to bring freedom to your friends, to your family, and to your children? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That having more resources would not be a massive benefit to your life and to everyone around you? You see, don't get caught up in the lie. It's a satanic lie at that. Don't get caught up in the lie that having just enough means that you're not taking from anyone else, as though there is some sort of like finite amount of resources on planet Earth. There's more than enough. And frankly, every time that you provide a service or product in the world, you create more wealth in the world. You create more money in the world. It's infinite. Money is an infinite resource. I mean, you wouldn't know that according to how the world wants to spin it, but all nations just print money. It doesn't actually represent anything. Money just represents the transfer of wealth or of power from one party to the next. It's how, if I have a nice car and I want to sell it to you, how you trade some of your security, your financial security, for the car that I have. And we just do that through the instrument of money, of fiat currency. Wanting to be rich is honorable and noble and good. Want to be rich. It's okay. I'm telling you, I am sharing with you, there are so many people in your life who do not want you to be rich because they feel like they can't become rich. Oh, well, it's just not that important to me, because they're not willing to do what it takes. They're not willing to do what it takes to read the book that could change their life forever. They would rather sit there and scroll social media. They would sit there and rather watch Netflix, watch the sports games. They have zero ambition. Ambition is good. Ambition is the driver of all technological advancement in the world. Ambition is why we don't live in mud huts anymore. Ambition is why you have air conditioning in your home. Ambition is why we drive cars. Ambition is why we can fly airplanes across the planet. Ambition is good. Ambition to be rich is noble and honorable and good. It's okay to be rich. It's okay to want to be rich. To just finally admit, you know what? I want to be rich and I don't care who knows it. I want to be rich because I know that I can do so much more good in this world if I just had more to give. If I had more to share. If I had the resources to create the thing that I know would impact so many people's lives. Being rich is good. Wanting to be rich is good. It's noble. It's honorable. It's way more honorable and way more noble than taking a vow of poverty. Of, oh, well, I don't want too much because I don't want to take from anyone else. It's not real. It's not true. There is plenty to go around. As a matter of fact, there's an infinite amount to go around. We just have to figure out how to create that thing, that product, that service, that course, that book that will fulfill the want and desire in someone else. That thing that they desperately want in their life. That thing that they say, I want this. I want this pain to be solved. Or I really want this to be. I want to become like this. I want to do this. I want to have that. And then thinking about how to solve those problems. Because when we finally dial in and understand that our life isn't about us, that it's about serving the people around us, you will live a life of purpose, of freedom, of riches, of love that you cannot even currently possibly imagine. You're allowed to be rich, and you're allowed to want to be rich. I pray that this video blessed you. I pray that your prosperity is generational, that you are made mighty, and that your riches and wealth are abundant beyond imagination. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Stay safe, and bye for now.